Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about demons and shinobis, ladies and gents. So yeah, let's begin. As the meeting began, Izuku and his grandfather would be met with some of the shinobi heads, or at least the good shinobi heads at least. One of them being that of Gessen High's headmaster and that of Honzo Academy's headmaster. As the Honzo Academy headmaster would reveal himself, as he would say, it's really been a while, my boy, he would say. As after saying that, he would look towards Izuku as he would say, wait, you're... Oh, that makes sense a lot, he would say, as after saying that, his grandfather would say, wait, what do you mean by that? As he would say, it turns out my friend, dad's student is actually that of the headmaster's granddaughter, he would say. As he would say, wait, what? As you would be surprised, to say the least, not hearing that before. As he would say, yeah. As he would look at, the headmaster of Honzo Academy, meeting that of Honzo himself. As Izuku's grandfather would say, so, you're Mr. Honzo, the leader of the, what you call as the good ninja faction, as you call yourselves, he would say. As he would say, yes, pretty much, he would say, as he would be grabbing onto a bowl of rice, as he would slowly start eating it with chopsticks. As he would say, why are you... As he would say, what? I forgot to eat dinner, so when I heard the meeting, well, as he would just... Are you... Okay, before we start this meeting, do you know exactly about demons? Or at least a little bit about them, he would say. As one of them, specifically that of Gessen High students, or, not Gessen High students, I meant Gessen Academy's headmaster would say, yes, it seems that when we first met them, we were attacked by what you call as angels, I believe, he would say, as you look towards the boy, aka Izuku. Izuku would say, yes, they were remnants of Yotebate's forces. And well, some of them did gain power, but it was corrupted. It was somewhat fragments of Yotebate, but really small amounts of it. So instead of calling them actual fragments, we call them malice pieces. Bits of Yotebate that are not really, well, himself, to say the least. Hearing that, he would ask, so, if you're saying that these Yotevate pieces or fragments get into the wrong hands, they will, as he would say, yes, it would lead to something similar to Dogen. And also, he would look towards the headmaster. Can you, well, what about you exactly? What do you want to learn about demons exactly? As he would say, oh, about that. I actually want to talk about some minor points about you staying at that of my academy. After learning this, everybody would just be surprised, as his grandfather would just slam his hands on the meeting, on the desk of the meeting room, as he would say, don't you, as you would say, grandfather, you don't really mean to be angry or anything like that. As he would say, why should I not? Especially since you're the one. As before he can get angry, he would say, oh, don't worry. I'm not going to teach you how to be a ninja. But if he wants to, as before he can say anything else, he was Izuku's grandfather would summon out his signature demon. Doing so, a burst of wind energy would slowly start to coalesce nearby, revealing that of his signature demon and his first demon, in fact, revealing that of what seems to be a humanoid bird-like creature with a with light with light beige wings and a green face, with goblin-like ears and wielding a spear, as he would say, "Master, what is your command?" He would say, as he would be wielding that of his spear towards the enemies nearby, or should I say, the headmasters, as he would say. You do not need to cause any trouble for them. For now, Tengu. As he would say, now, let me ask you this. If you ever let my son, I meant, if you ever let my grandson turn into like that damned, as Izuku would just say, Grandfather, you don't need to be angry. Besides, I'm okay with it. As you would say, what? As you would say, it's fine. To say the least, father was never really did it out of malice. He didn't want to, at least leave mother in the first place. He was busy with, as he would say, you, as he would say, you really believe that bastard? That your own blood? As before he can say anything else, he would notice that he was being held at the sword point, as two of the men, aka the Gessenhai's headmaster, and that of Hanzo wielding up their blades, as he would say, I would really suggest if you do not do that. As the other one said, indeed, that man knows how to forgive. You seem to be steeped in regret and anger. As after saying this, he would say, you, my old grandson, siding with them. Why? As you'd say, like I said, father, Kiria, dad, never really wanted to leave mother, or mom. He didn't have the time for it. He was busy with a mission, and when he found out about that, he was really beaten up. He didn't even know at the time. As he would say, you still believe that? My own daughter killed by him leaving. It was his fault. And you dare believe a liar than your own flesh and blood? As he would say, but he's also my father, my own dad. He's also my flesh and blood as well. Why can't you just forgive him? As he would say, then fine. For now, I'll be leaving. But I will not let you near me again. You are a disappointment on the family. As after saying these words, he would leave. Hearing this, his demon would say, I'm really sorry for that. Especially my master. Including you, Master Izuku. I'm deeply sorry. As after saying that, he would fly away towards his master. After that, one of them would say, specifically that a Kaminari would say, well, that was productive, he would say, but damn, he sounded like a bastard there. As Jiro would say, yeah, no kidding. Though I do believe, wait for a second, as Jiro would say, yep, the boss seems to be quite the asshole now, she would say. As I'm about to say some Valley Girl shit, by the way, so I'm probably gonna sound absolutely horrendous. Okay, so as Momo would say, yeah, like totally. He sounded like a total asshole than anything else. As as for Momo, she would say, hmm, yes. So, at all of all things, he's still angered and vengeful towards him, to Izuku's father, even though he seemed nice. Why though? As one of them would say, dude, or really? Did you seriously forget? Said the said Kaminari. As she would say, oh, right. But still, as after a bit of talking, he would go back to Izuku as you'd say. So, as he would look towards the both headmasters, as you would say, I'm really sorry for my grandfather. He's still angered by my father. As both of them would say, don't worry, kid. Besides, the some parents can be like that sometimes. Said a somewhat like reminiscent, a somewhat like nostalgic Hanzo. As the other headmaster of Gessen would say, yes, I can definitely see why. Wait for a second. As both Bakugo and Kirishima would say, uh, yep, he sounded like a bit of an ass. They would say both at the same time. As Todoroki would say, poor Izuku, she would say. As Ochako would say, I should probably start going now. See you guys, she would say. As Baka would say, wait up, he would say. Hey, Kirishima, as he would say, yeah, babe, as he would say, let's go. Um, I want to get back home. As he would say, oh, right, he would say, let's go. As both of them would start leaving. As after a while, like talking and other stuff, including like him talking to that of both, or at least Izuku talking to both of the headmasters of the respective schools. He would ask, so um so as he would look towards both of the headmasters, he would say, so I want to join. As after hearing that, they would say, so which school exactly? Said Hanzo. As you'd say, I want to join Hanzo Academy so I can help my friends, or more specifically, Team Hanzo. As after hearing that, they would say, very well then. Though you're going to be learning how to be a ninja. As you'd say, I guess so. Just like my father. I'm glad to do so. Just as long as I don't look ridiculous, he would say. As he would say, wait, what do you mean by ridiculous? As he would say, I'm not going to wear anything like the girls, he would say. As he would say, obviously, as both of them would just, yell at him. As after that funny moment, they would basically, go back home. Or at least, go back to or at least for Izuku, he would go back to his dorm. In his current school at the time. So, as after a while, basically in his room, he would go to sleep. When he woke up, he would start getting ready to go and transfer to his new school at the Hanzo Academy, so he can start training as a ninja, or at least somewhat like a ninja in a way. So, as Izuku finally leaves his old school, or at least the school that he's currently in the universe, or at least in the town, he would start saying goodbye to all of his classmates at the time. After doing so, he would start leaving. As after leaving, he would think to himself, so I wonder what it's going to be like to training as a ninja. As after that, we will end this episode right off here, guys. So, yeah. So, goodbye!